Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Sparky Lee is rating to us on social media. I should not listen to the real J-Fod backlog of Keith and the Girl. I almost dropped a weight on myself from laughing.
Whoa.
Hashtag bad boy of comedy. Hashtag goofy grapes. And then he puts the grape emoji. And now I got to save this paper like I'm Jewish and it says God on it. This could be worth something someday. Now, I love it when a listener says, I got hurt.
I'm waiting for like a serious, severe car crash because they laughed.
Car crashes, dropped weights on your face. It means we're doing our job.
Yeah, you laughed while your boyfriend was trying to tell you something sincere.
Right.
That's really nice. And also, thank you guys for such a big response from the J-Fod episode. That's really huge. It's very interesting to laugh about manic depression.
Right.
And be like, that was so helpful.
Yeah, thank you for spreading the word. I mean, this is all J-Fod has. So please, it's important for him and us. Today's guest featured on The Late Show was Stephen Colbert. I saw it recently. Very good. Featured on the Rogue Island Comedy Festival. Co-host of the podcast Panic Attacking. Regularly opens for Brian Regan. Stephen Rogers. How you doing, Stephen?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Before the show starts,
Yes.
just to do a mic check, I asked the guest, what's the last movie you saw? And it was The Avengers.
Yes.
Fucking Steve Rogers. Captain America.
I like to really nail it, right on the nose.
Does the joke get old? Because even your Twitter account is @not Steve Rogers.
Yeah, that's the only thing people think that they can say to me when they meet me. And the thing that bothers me more is you probably get this all the time.
Right.
It's
What's
that
Steve
intro.
Rogers?
He's
I'm so sorry.
Captain America's real name.
That's his name,
Yes.
Steve Rogers?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was that always his name?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, is your brother's name Bruce Wayne? Oh, I participated.
I know one.
Yeah.
Is your sister Spider Pig?
Yeah.
The Stephen Colbert thing. That seems nerve wracking because, we've had comedians that tape on that show, of course. They hold on to your show. For example, this Stephen Colbert you recorded in January. Mm-hmm. They just save it. They'll put it out when they want. It's not till June.
Yeah. It didn't come out for 6 months after I taped it.
Are you nervous they're going to scrap it? And you just told all your friends?
That fear is definitely always there. And because people knew I taped it, so they know it exists. Right. And if it never comes out, you're like, well, what did he do wrong? Right. He must have stunk because they didn't air it. So it was
But then also
stressful.
your credit will always be like, he taped a Colbert.
Yeah, I felt, right. And that was another thing too. All the comics knew I did it too. So I was getting introduced on shows going, hey, he just taped on Colbert. It should be coming out soon. And I'm like, I don't know. How do you know?
Should all comics say Stephen Colbert on the resume? Because we don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, they'll be, hey, I don't know if it's going to come out, but yeah. And just will it into existence.
Your next performer might be on Stephen Colbert.
Yeah.
What does it feel like behind the scenes?
It's amazing. Well, like I always wanted to be in late night comic. Like that's what really got me into stand up. So like you're backstage. And
what does that mean? You always wanted to be a guest on a late night show?
Yeah, I always wanted to do stand up on late night where you're just standing in the studio and stuff. And it's very, very nerve wracking.
Do you get to bring people?
Yeah, I brought 3 comics backstage and my father, and it was the best.
I assume your girlfriend wasn't in the picture at this point.
No. Well, my girlfriend was on the road, actually. Okay. Yeah.
Was anyone mad at you for not taking them?
No, I don't think so. And
I have a list.
Oh God, yeah, and they're here now.
Is your mom and dad still together?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
My mom was in the audience. She likes watching the other people like laugh. Right. That's her thing. And then
Did she write it down like they laughed 20 times?
Yeah, she held it up during the show in a big poster board. And then my dad is a big comedy nerd, so he wanted to be backstage and see the whole process.
Can you tell your dad was like more impressed than he's ever been?
Oh, yeah. Well, my dad did this thing where he was like, he grabbed me by my dad's always been they're both very supportive, but he picked a bad time. He grabbed me on the shoulder and he's like, I'm so proud of you. And then I just, right before they were going to bring me on, I started crying. So right before that tape, if you watch Colbert, I had been bawling my eyes out. Yeah, it was.
Hi, this is a good day.
Good to be here.
You say in your stand-up how your brother sells weed, right?
Yeah, my brother gives. Well, Yeah, my brother gives my mom weed, which doesn't happen anymore. But they used to have that exchange program.
Does your mom say, "Hey, you don't have to say this on your stand-up set"?
No, I think my brother had more of a problem with it
Okay.
than my mom did. My mom my mom's an open book, so she's fine with people knowing she's a pothead.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that trippy? No pun? Is that weird?
No, yeah, she's totally fine with it.
I mean, listen to him. He's like, they're so supportive. She
Yeah.
likes to hear people
Right.
laugh at
Nope.
me. She's a
Yeah.
pothead.
She's oh yeah, I think she's probably high right now going, I can hear my son's voice. She's probably listening to this and has no idea I'm not in the room. Yeah.
And with her.
Yeah, she's like, where are your friends? I keep hearing your friends talking.
When is this one of these parents that are like, "Hey, listen, you're a kid. I know you're gonna do weed anyway. Do it with me."
We did smoke together.
Like your first time?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's weird.
Oh
I
well,
don't-
my mom's like just yeah. I smoked with comics and then with her, and then I've smoked with her and comics at the same time. But I don't smoke anymore because I had a horrible panic attack and.
Because
yeah.
you were with your mom.
yeah.
Mom, it's like I'm in the womb again. Hold me.
So, yeah.
Is
yeah.
this an indica or a? It doesn't matter. That's your mom. You're gonna freak the fuck out.
It's an embarrassment. That's what it is. Yeah.
How bad did this panic attack get?
Oh, I went to the hospital. I thought I was dying. I was on.
Who didn't stop you? Your mom was like, yeah, definitely go
oh,
to the
no, I
hospital.
w- I
You're
was-
harshing my buzz.
I was on the road with another comic, and he was high too, so he was just paranoid. And
Ugh.
yeah, it was bad. I'm glad that you couldn't scoff at it when I thought I was dying.
Yeah, well, you weren't dying, so we're all okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spoiler. Your hair.
Yeah.
You okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm fine
Sorry.
now. Yeah.
Would you like a pat on the back?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the hospital, these emergency rooms, they ignore you as is. They can't be taking you serious.
Right, that's true. Well, it's way easier.
While you're licking the wall.
Yeah.
yeah. It's way easier to mellow your high when you're alone in the emergency room.
Do you not say that? Do you like a lot of people don't know the rules? You cannot be arrested in a hospital if you say that you OD'd.
Oh, is
are
that true?
Yeah. Are you nervous that you're like, I'm not going to say it's weed, but can you
Oh.
just check if I'm dying?
I was too honest, but they were like, I told them, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm having a panic attack. It might be because I have anxiety, so I have a history of panic attacks. But this was severely painful, so I thought it was something else. And I'm like, all right, all I did was this, and this.
Sorry, where's the pain at?
My chest. It was
Okay.
like, it was totally unlike anything I've ever felt. And it turns out it was just because I missed my mom. But
Really?
no, I'm kidding. And then I get in the
This
back.
smells like mommy.
Yeah, exactly. I get in the ambulance and they're like, "You're definitely on something else because your heart rate is like unlike something
Oh,
that
wow.
if somebody was on weed." And I'm like, "Well, I haven't had anything else."
Right.
And they were like doing good cop, bad cop, and I'm like, "I'm not on anything." And then they're like jabbing me with needles. I'm like, maybe that has something to do with the heart rate. You're stabbing me in the arm. And then I just passed out and then woke up the next morning.
And that's the last time you've smoked.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good last time.
It's a good hurrah. You know, you want to end on a high note.
Is that the only
no
thing your
pun.
mother's disappointed by?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm the only mom that's disappointed in my weed tolerance. Yeah.
Can I just quickly PSA this moment for a second? If you are thinking that you're dying from weed, try going to a different place, like even a different room, or getting up and just changing your atmosphere.
Like the emergency room.
Or yes, certainly, yeah. Or drinking a cup of water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or like, remember it's weed.
Yeah.
that's right.
Calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
No, everybody forgets what they just took.
It's true. When I did mushrooms for the first time, like in December, I was afraid because a lot of people get overwhelmed, and it's probably like the biggest, most overwhelming
Right.
drug I did. Like acid was pretty mild, and Molly's just too speedy. But I was afraid that it would take over, and all the things that you saw on TV and everything. But it was very helpful that I'm used to like, oh, I'm on drugs, and then things make sense. And when I started to get overwhelmed, I was like, right, I'm supposed to feel this
Right,
way.
right.
And then you kind of calm down.
Yeah.
Like I opted into this. You got to keep in mind, like, oh, this is what I want.
Yeah, that's true.
What's weird is how when I was on mushrooms, I'm seeing things. Ron Popeil was on the TV, and I'm seeing him as the literal devil. So then I think, I'm here with my friend Adam. Can I make him the devil too? And I'm trying, but I can't. No, Ron Popeil's really the devil. I can't change it.
Wow.
This is a fact.
That's great.
Set it and forget it.
That's great. I love how Keith tests his drugs.
Right. I'm like, let me turn my hands into snakes. No, that's silly. Well, your tongue is a spider. Okay. All right. I guess that's the way it is today.
That's great.
Do I control the high or does the high control
Right.
me?
It controls me. It controls me. So you have anxiety problems as it is.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
In your stand-up, you call it pre-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
I'm ready for what's about to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And you mentioned also pills that you take.
Yes.
What do you take?
I take Xanax for flying.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he says,
Oh, is that brand?
Yes.
Xanax for flying?
It's true. It's yeah. It's easily. They still don't let you take it on the plane, so I have to put it up my butt. But it's the bottle's way easier for it.
Is it in the little pills in the
Yeah.
shape of an airplane?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what they have to say to me to put it in my mouth. They're like, "Here comes the airplane."
Open your mouth.
Yeah,
Here it
yeah.
comes.
So I have extreme anxiety, and the doctor says, all right, here's some Xanax. Careful, it's extremely addictive.
Yeah.
I was like, "What I said my problem is anxiety.
Yeah.
He says now he just shakes the bottle. Like it's
That's true. Yeah,
rain
I'll shake
stick.
it. But like what they also do, which I didn't do in that set, is they give you a form to sign promising you won't sell them. But wouldn't being a drug dealer make you more stressed out than anything in the world? So that's also something I wouldn't do.
Well, it's
It's
also
the same process.
It's funny that they make you sign that because you're just not allowed to sell those.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be an extra document saying you're super not allowed to sell it.
I think they're just protecting themselves. But like, this is the paper that's going to stop me, not the cops.
Yeah.
Like, no, my doctor's going to be mad.
You mentioned how your ex would talk in her sleep.
Yes.
Are you exaggerating how much she does?
No, that's exactly what she said.
In this stand-up specifically, he says that she's sleeping and goes, watch out.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, I have anxiety. I'm watching out now all night long.
Yeah.
Right?
I stayed up. I could not go back to sleep that night. It was terrifying.
Did you wake her up or anything?
I probably told her the next day because I don't remember what happened, but I just remember being stressed out the rest of the night because it was insane.
So that you don't ask for help for.
No. What I did, I just went to the same emergency room. I have a rotating door policy now.
10 times straight.
Yeah.
I remember my youngest brother. We were kids, and he's sleeping.
Yeah.
And he talks to himself. He's two characters. And one person says, how sharp is it? And then the other person says, sharp enough to kill.
Whoa.
We're like, all right, we're not sleeping tonight.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Pickbub Mags is watching on the YouTube live. Chemda should be a first weed responser with her own little ambulance to help people work through their bad trips.
I love it.
Oh, I would love that because I'm like, you're cool, man. That stuff's not happening.
Yeah, you just take them into another room and give them water. That's all you'd have to do.
And then bill them for $100, but later so that they won't have an anxiety attack.
That's right.
I do remember my best friend growing up. We were in our late teens or maybe early 20s, and I wasn't smoking for sure. I don't even think I had tried it yet, so I didn't even know what it was like. But she was dating this pothead, super sweet, nice guy. And I remember thinking, like, you do pot? Like, you're not like some dickhead asshole. He was like a banker, like real job, like stuff that you know now that we didn't know back then, where we just thought they were on the couch and like being a loser. He was a wonderful, wonderful human being. One time she calls me up and she's like, I'm dying. I don't know what was in this. And I came over to her place, and it was her and the boyfriend, maybe some other person, but her and the boyfriend. And now I love this guy.
Yeah.
So, and I know he loves the shit out of her. And I don't know what weed is like, but she is pacing and fucked up. And she's like, I got to go to the hospital right now. And I'm like, we got to take her to the hospital. And I'm scared because weed was not what it was today. It's like you did, really fucked up drug. We can get in trouble. I think she might have still been living with her parents, I think, so now they're going to find out. So all of this, I'm like, do we take her to the hospital? And he's like, I swear to you that she's fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, I know you mean it, but she is. And she's like, I'm not fine. I'm dying. I could feel my heart. I know I'm dying. She looks at me in the eye. She's like, I am dying. I'm like, she just told me she's dying. And he's like, I promise you, she's fine. I'm like, I love this guy so much.
Yeah.
This is like, it was such a trust fall. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, I go, I'm looking you in the face. Is my best friend going to be okay? And he's like, I wouldn't let anything happen to her. And I'm like, I do know that. She's dying. And I'm like, she kind of does exaggerate.
Man,
But
I needed him.
The next day he's like, whew, thank God. I mean, the more you said it, there's a 1% chance. Well, I don't know.
Exactly.
But he knew. He's like, I know what I gave her. She hardly smoked. She's
Right.
just not used to it. She's panicking. I promise you. And she's fucking pacing. She's like, if we don't go to the hospital, I don't know what's going to happen. I could feel my heart attack coming. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, God.
Well, let's play a game and get your mind off it.
Right. Yeah.
Do your parents have anxiety? Do you know where you got it from?
I'm pretty sure both of my parents have anxiety, but it's like
But
think,
they tried weed earlier.
Well, yeah, probably. I think that they don't call it that. I think
Right.
my parents are in their 60s. I think they just don't think that they have anxiety. But the more I learn about it, I've been like, I'm obsessed with it to learn
Ha.
how to prevent it.
Isn't that ironic?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what a panic disorder is just worrying about having one. And but I think I see the signs, so I'm pretty sure they both have it.
When's
What
the
are
last
the signs?
Like my mom will like rub her hands a lot, and whenever she's nervous, like any certain topic comes up, like my weed tolerance or anything, she'll like go like this. And I'm
wringing
like,
her
okay.
hands? Yeah.
Yeah, and then my dad is both of. I'm not doing it now because I'm comfortable, but like if you ever see those people, they like shake their legs when they're sitting and they're going like super fast. My dad does that. Like they're very jittery. They gotta be moving.
That's funny. You have anxiety. They have life. You know? Totally
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Stephen writes, Keith, your dad says a lot of facts. I'm listening to the dad emails, he says. KeithandTheGirl.com/dad. You'll hear all about the time that my dad hit on my ex-wife behind my back. Oh, God. Those are words. I thought it would be, let's see, your dad said a lot of facts. I thought it would be interesting to get a percentage chance, 0% being you know for a fact it's wrong, 100% you know for a fact it's right, of everything your dad said.
Yes.
You can put it in an Excel file.
I love our scientist listeners. Yes, please get your beakers out.
Then he says, I don't know, might be a stupid idea, but if you use it, give Steven a shout out. You know, when you say this person wanted to be anonymous, but his name I don't know, call him Steven, LOL. Those always crack me up. Love the show. Steven, duh. Honestly, there is nothing my dad has ever told me that I can look at and say it's 100% true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nothing. Not where we're from, not what he did for a living, not if he was really a priest. There's nothing but it's so sad. There's nothing
And if your
that is
faces
100% true.
if your faces didn't look like his and he like
Yeah.
that's the only thing that's true is that you guys are his because he expressed how much he hated you guys and that he would have left. Like this was definitely his responsibility from his sperm and that's the end of it.
The new Brad Pitt movie, Ad Astra, that I was
Yeah.
talking about the other day. He goes into space and he's going to meet up with his dad. It's not about space. It's a simple movie about a father and son. And it's hard for me to watch those movies because I'm watching and I go, who cares?
Right.
Your dad was never there for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Why is it bugging you out, Brad Pitt? Okay. He hated you. The end.
It is funny, even with regular movies where the plot line is my dad didn't come to my school play or my soccer game. I'm like, what kind of princess are you?
Yeah.
Right.
Who has to come to your fucking shitty show that even your mom doesn't even want to be at? Like one parent came to your show or your stupid soccer game. Good for you. Imagine. Did somebody also drive you back and give you orange wedges? Say thank you. How many parents do you need? You don't know about this because you have nice parents.
I have good
Yeah,
parents.
yeah.
I'm
It's good to
happy
keep
to
quiet.
not relate.
Yeah.
Steven's Twitter account, he writes, I'm thinking of going to a Buddhist monastery to build up tolerance for when my girlfriend gives me the silent treatment.
That's funny.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So this is a new girlfriend, not the one, of course, that talked in her sleep.
Correct.
And
yes.
this has been going on for a year now.
Yes. Yeah. We just celebrated the anniversary last night at Italy in New York.
And you were telling us the lovely time you had, but
Yeah,
I
it
can
was real
tell
fun.
that the anniversary fell on you, including payment.
Oh no! Oh
yeah, you
thankfully-
split it.
No, yeah, we did the thing where we split each Italy's like stations, so we split each one. But then I told her when we do the big one at the end, that's all me.
Okay.
And then I forgot that I told her that. So while we were splitting it, she was like, "You remember about the last one, right?" And I'm like, "No." And we're getting more drunk off wine. And she's like, "You're paying for that." And I'm like, "Oh God." And of course, it's this big bill. But I was happy to do it. It was a lot of fun.
You can't dine and dash on an anniversary, right?
No, I'm not there with all the Italians, you know?
Does your girlfriend give you the silent treatment?
Yes, yeah, when we fight, which she's a loud person. When things are going well, if she's loud, I'm good. But if it gets quiet, it's terrifying.
And that
Yeah.
quiet is noisy. You know what
Oh
I mean?
God,
You
I
can't-
hate it.
And you're not allowed to go with it. Like, you're learning. I'm learning a big lesson today.
Yeah,
You got to look uncomfortable.
oh yeah, I don't have to act uncomfortable ever. I play the part really well. I'm a natural.
But
I
when
squirm.
does she go silent? Because when I go silent, as you guys are talking, I'm like, oh yeah, probably the scariest part of being with me is when I'm quiet,
Right.
Because I'm contemplating and I am putting my words together in my head and I'm getting very sharp about my shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sharp enough to kill. Yeah.
But what is it? To me, it's either I'm not sure what to say. I really do have to collect my thoughts.
Right.
Or I said so fucking much. Let's just stop because we're in a loop. And also, I really genuinely don't have anything to add. And
Right.
we should pick this up later. But it's not a comfortable silence.
Yeah.
But is it either of those?
I
Or
don't-
is it just like, you know what? Get the fuck out of my face.
It might be that. Because I'm a chatterbox. The more nervous I am in a argument or a situation.
But does that mean you say stupid shit because you're a chatterbox?
Oh yeah, I'm honest. I'm definitely the faulty kind of honest, where I'll share too much, or I'll just keep talking.
Like
But
what?
I wish I had. Thankfully I don't have something current to tell you. But she's like one of the examples you gave. It's more of like she's articulating and getting it ready, and I have no speech prepared, but she'll hit me pretty good with it.
I thought we were improv-ing this.
Yeah, I'm like, yes, and I'm sorry.
Right. You practice this by yourself more than I did that Colbert set.
yeah, basically.
I do realize in my adulthood that, like, in my past arguments with my boyfriend or husband,
Yeah.
I was just like, no, I'm right. And then you just argue the same thing over and over again. And I've been practicing being wrong and being okay with it. Ooh, that's a
Yeah.
humble pie.
Yeah, right?
Ooh, ha. I'm like, oh, look at me. I can be wrong. And it sucks.
I'm trying to get better at putting my foot down when I know I'm right, because usually I fold. Because
See, but I appreciate if you do that
Yeah.
because then I'm not arguing with myself and you're being honest.
oh, that's a great point.
Yeah,
I
it's-
think that's what I used to be like. It was just somebody arguing themselves and me just being a witness.
Because then it's just you being fake and you just want everything to be okay.
Yeah.
And you know your intention is good, but
Right.
you haven't worked anything out. So you're going to fight about that later. And she's
Yes.
going to bring this part up. And you're
Yeah.
going to be like, I thought that was history. And it's like, well, it would be if you really told me the truth back
Right.
then.
Right.
I'm definitely getting better at that. 'Cause that used to be me for
But
sure.
it's weird. My first response when I'm wrong would be like, that's not even a thing, you know? Like, I don't even know, like, why would you think I would do that? And then
Right.
you know, like, obviously I'm not gonna. And then I'm like, this is someone else's experience,
Yeah.
and they're trying to tell it to me. The first thing I should do is recognize that happened, because
Right.
otherwise, because I hate when I'm like, this is what happened. It's like, well, I don't mean to do that. I'm like, I don't care what you mean. This is how it came out.
Yeah.
I'm not good during an argument when the other person brings up something unrelated to the argument. And I
Oh.
go, nope, flag on the play.
Yeah.
Not acknowledging it. No.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh, I do things that upset you also?
Yeah.
That's what you would have started with.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. That's so annoying.
Steven tweets out, I have therapy on Tuesdays. That way, if you have nothing going on, we can just spend an hour talking about how Mondays suck. Let's say you have a bad Thursday.
Yeah.
Are you like, remember this anger to Tuesday?
I make a lot of notes for jokes and stuff.
Oh, your notebook is out right now.
Oh yeah. I have a horrible memory. So now I don't do it on in my notebook, but I have
no,
notes.
that's sacrilege.
Yeah. For me, I don't know why. I think it's a little ACD or ACD, OCD. I
AC/DC.
just added a bunch. Yeah, might as well just.
You have it.
Yeah,
You have them all.
I have all of it, and I'm experiencing them all right now.
He saw something on LGBTQ and he's like, probably.
I saw the red, and I was like, "Ooh, red," and I forgot what I was talking about. But now I have like notes on my phone so I don't forget for therapy because it's got. I go every other week, and it sucks when something happens the next day because I'm like, this is 2 weeks. I gotta wait.
At the end of a therapy session, you go, let me check my notes real quick. That's what it was. I'm
Yes,
suicidal.
I brought the rope and everything. How could I not remember?
What's the big issue that's ongoing with therapy?
I got a big problem with guilt. I'm just a guilty person. So like kind of like what we were talking about with arguments. I'm quick to take the other person's side because I'm quick to see what my own faults.
Right.
And I'll hold on to those pretty closely more than other people's. And I kind of it's a lot of learning to forgive myself and which is weird self-love, which I've always been. It's weird, but
it's weird to like myself and treat myself
yeah,
right.
Yeah. Well, it's weird that it's a thing that you have to learn.
Yeah.
It should be a natural thing, but it's not something I have the ability. So I'm learning that.
Do you feel like, who am I to love me? I already have parents that do.
Maybe it might be that. I'm like, hey, they're doing it for me, just like the weed. She smokes, so I don't have to.
Keith and Kendra, yes, they should love themselves.
Yes.
But me,
Yeah,
I get along with my family.
It was a little bit of that. Yeah.
Do you feel like you've been taken advantage of because of that?
I definitely want everybody to like me, so I definitely do, in a way, get taken advantage of for favors and stuff because people know I'm nice and will do things for people. So it's a lot of moving people out of their apartment. I gotta buy a truck, but still, yeah.
And they go, thank you, we like you.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Like in Al-Anon, there's some kind of pause. I forget. There's names for everything, but like they teach you to pause before you answer because you are likely to answer the wrong thing. The answer that you don't believe. You're likely to say yes when you mean no, or no when you mean yes, because this is what the nice thing to do is.
Right.
The nice thing to do is I'm free that Saturday.
Yeah.
So I don't really have a reason other than I want to spend time in the park.
Right.
So why would I spend time in the park when I could be helping someone?
Yes.
What excuse am I going to tell them? And that's another thing is they teach you to be like, no, I can't. Not because I have so much going on and blah, blah. Doesn't matter. You can't because you don't want to. And you don't even have to say that. Can you imagine a world, Stephen?
No.
I'm picturing Jim Carrey in Liar, Liar, and the homeless person is like, do you have any change? Yes. Are you going to give me some? No. Why not? I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Honesty just has to come out. No, I'm just saying there's an in-between, and you can just pause for a
Well,
second.
it's actually, this is how Al-Anon people tend to lie. And they don't realize it because it's always out of niceness. So we end up being liars because we're living a complete lie. Hey, do you want to help me move? Yeah, of course I do. No, I don't. I'm a liar. Right now I'm lying. That lie is going to add to another lie because I'm going to be resentful possibly when I'm moving you because I did have other shit to do. I just didn't prioritize me, and now everyone's mad. And you don't get everyone to be mad because you still are nice through the thing. But at night you're just like, what happened today?
Yes, there's a lot of frustration and just built up energy when you're like, I didn't get to do any of the stuff I had to get done.
Did you hear him say built up energy? Because we're not allowed to use negative words like I'm mad at you.
Oh, really? I didn't even notice. Hey, I don't have to wait until Tuesday. This is great. I'm going to come here on the weeks I don't have therapy. Yeah, so it's like if I'll say yes to every favor, everything, because they're people I care about usually. So why not? Why am I not? Like kind of like you said, I don't have anything at that moment, so I have to do this.
You know what helped me? I put those moments on my calendar. On Saturday, when I have, quote, nothing to do, I will put, I'm fucking going to the park by myself on this day.
Oh, I love it.
And then I take it seriously because it's on my calendar.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Doesn't matter. That's what I'm doing. I'm sleeping in. I'm doing nothing. I'm not moving a goddamn couch when you're a full-grown adult who possibly can. And it also, hero complex, I'm the only one who can move this person. If I don't do it, they're going to drown. So it's like, who the fuck are you, big ego?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely, well, I know that one's not me because that would involve self-love. But I do it because I want them to like me. But now I love the calendar thing. I want to do the calendar thing.
All right.
That's great.
I'm
You are
picturing-
free to go now. Everything's cool.
Perfect.
I picture the audience listening to you too. What assholes.
Yeah, I know. I every time I remember people are at least listening, I'm like, oh God, yeah, I'll move their stuff if they ask me.
That's the irony. We get them to move something after this show.
Yeah,
My thing with arguing is when the woman says her point, I say my point.
yeah.
Then she says her point again, and then she's mad I don't have a point. And I'm like, no, you said the same point. Are we in the repeating mode?
Yeah, exactly.
Still my point.
That's why me and my girlfriend have a stenographer in the bedroom.
She said that already? Thank you.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt my fingers if I type it again. It's,
Right. Hey, you remember the people were going to storm Area 51? That was
Yes.
just a couple days ago. Did we find aliens or something?
I
The
haven't
follow-up
heard.
never made the news.
I haven't heard a thing.
But you know what they had to do, because my boyfriend has been following this news,
Yeah?
is, well, you can't tell if 100, it seems like either 150 people showed up or some crazy number, but
Okay.
I think it was 150 people. There were different reports on it, I think. But they still had to get ready for a massive amount of people.
Sure.
Wow.
So they spent all this money on all this military and all this like protection because it's Area 51.
Right.
They also said, hey guys, I don't know if you know, we're just going to shoot you.
Right. It's a dangerous area also. You have landmines that didn't get popped over there. You know, a lot of testing gets done over there.
I mean, it's very stupid. It's kind of like going, we don't like Trump, we'll see you at the White House.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Alice Little works at the Bunny Ranch, and she claims that she made an extra $600,000 from these guys going over there.
Why? Was it right?
Wow.
Is it right there?
Well, let's see. Bunny Ranch is in Nevada.
Yeah.
Where's Area 51?
I don't know. In Area
It's in
51.
It's in Nevada, isn't it?
Okay, so there you go.
Honestly, I thought Area 51 is like DC. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, is it a state? It's one of those like, don't worry about it.
It does sound like a steakhouse.
So she's at the Bunny Ranch, and she's a prostitute as it is, and she's like, I made tons of money thanks to these guys.
How much did she say?
$600,000 extra.
Wow.
Wow, consider jerking off people, but hey, good industry.
Right? I bet
had-
there's so many drugs there.
They had alien theme night.
Yeah.
That's funny. 600,000. How? What are you doing? What's going in your butt? What's happening?
She calls
Uranus.
it's a special I do called the Area 69. Very clever. I'd imagine I'd have to do drugs out there, but knowing my luck, I really do see an alien then.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
oh, you know. By the way, speaking of drugs, thank God for Kyle's oldest son, who keeps getting weed because I keep getting weed now. She keeps finding weed on him, and I'm like, hey, all right, let's teach him a lesson.
Yeah.
Actually, the lesson is learn how to hide your fucking shit. This
Right.
is me catching you. Next will be the cops. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
What kind of if you're gonna lie to your parents, do it right, or I can't respect you.
Right? That's the part that's disgusting.
fuck?
In your book bag again?
Seriously, like don't smoke the weed and then hide the weed.
Yeah.
First hide the weed, then smoke the weed.
So Kyle gives me the weed. I'm like, what a shame. Sorry, baby.
I'll take care of this.
Sorry, right. So you got to deal with this. Your podcast is called Panic Attacking.
Yes.
Okay, so this is your brand.
Oh, well, unfortunately. Yeah.
What's the last attack you had?
They have an attack on the show every time. It's their brand.
Almost, yeah. Last one I remember having was at a show. I was doing a show in the Lower East Side, and I was about to go on stage, and it hit me. And I don't get nervous on stage. I don't know what it was, but I had to sit down, and Andrew Chavone, who is actually a co-host of the podcast, was there.
And
I'm
people
like,
loved him on this show.
oh yeah, he's one of my best friends. I was like, you have to go on stage now because something going on. And then he went.
And then
on.
he starts having a panic attack.
He did freak out a little bit.
They just passed the baton.
He was like, oh, and I'm like, just go. And then he went on, and then I just had to go outside, and like, it's one of those things that they only last 20 minutes. You just have to ride it out.
That's a long time.
That is a long time.
Yeah, but
That's how long like beautiful sex lasts.
Right.
It's a beautiful amount of time.
wow. Apparently, just found out I'm not having beautiful sex.
Uh-oh, there goes your chest.
Yeah. For me, I do it 20 times. Yeah, so I had to go out. 20 minutes is a long time, but after you have it, you're like, oh, that was only 20 minutes. But then I went on stage while I was on the tail end of it, and the adrenaline from performing kicked it.
Isn't that funny? It's like I was very nervous until I was on stage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's an interesting way of your brain working.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like I can hide behind a microphone easily. I don't know why.
Do you feel like a different person on stage?
No, I
Is it
think
like a Beyonce, what's her face thing?
oh
Sasha Fierce?
yeah, Sasha. I just found out about that. I would always hear the name and I'm like, who is this person?
And you were afraid you were way past the talking points of that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
this worked out.
Yeah, I was like, I'm way up behind the Sasha train, and which sucks because that was going to be my stage name. But yeah, I
Is it kind of like that?
no, I think I'm more myself on stage than I am off. Kind of like the thing of where I don't want to say what I'm feeling in the argument, but when I'm on stage and it's my time, I can say what I really.
Is
think.
it that intimacy, like the intimate level of eye to eye and like one on one, the bigness of these words matter differently that make it more panicky?
Yeah, I'm more nervous in a one like this is fine, but like on a one-on-one conversation or the smaller the group, the more nervous I am. And then like a huge audience, I can say whatever I'm thinking and I'm fine with it. It's so weird. It's the reverse.
Would I notice that you're having a panic attack?
I don't know. Yes, probably because I won't shut up about it. I'd probably
Okay.
yeah. I have no.
We're
poker
talking,
face.
and you go, here it comes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, it's here. Yep, having it right now. Emergency room. It's on my speed dial.
Is there anything somebody should do, or did they just let you go? All right, I'll see you in 20.
Andrew tried something that I liked. This is oh boy,
Patting your head?
almost. He squeezed it out of me. He just hugged me. He's like, just watch this, and he's just like bear hugged me, and then like I like we. It was weird. It's like running does it, like physical, like just almost like when you're pissed off and you want to scream. It's like a version of that.
We're
Is it
talking, you
because-
just start running.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that because your mind is racing? So if your body's racing, it catches
Probably.
up to it?
I probably, yeah.
And the endorphins are just
Yeah.
kind of releasing your brain from it, from your body?
Oh yeah. I'll pace. The more anxious I am, the less still I am, for sure.
Can you do like if this happens again and you actually do have to go on stage
Yeah.
because your buddy's not there, can you do like 10 push-ups to get it out?
I would do whatever I had to. I would try that.
All right.
Yeah.
Report back.
Yeah, and I would probably, if I'm experiencing it on stage, I would probably tell the audience,
And then go, excuse me, I got to do 10 push-ups.
or I would just, yeah, maybe, or talk it out and be real with them.
Well,
That's
some
cool.
comics have tricks. For example, they'll talk about dating simply so that they can get an audience member interested in them after. Could you
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
put in a little exercise into your
Yeah.
routine? Maybe a couple push-up jokes
Yeah.
and show as an example.
Maybe, yeah. So maybe after a guy will be my personal trainer.
Does talking about panic attacks ever set one off?
Because we're trying, buddy.
I know you. I felt it. Here it comes. No, I don't think so. When I'm thinking about them alone, yes.
Okay.
Like if the more I think about the last one I had, or if I go through it, I can feel those symptoms again, or phantom pains, or whatever. I don't know any of the science.
Is it because, and I feel like on stage you have to really be present. Is
Yes.
it because you're in the past or the future that you get these panic attacks?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
So I do not recommend The Power of Now. It's a boring book, but as an ideal,
Oh, I have the book.
Yeah.
I read it.
it's so boring.
It is. I mean, yes, but it is helpful.
Okay.
I'm willing to go through the boring if it gets me to some sort of zen, which is something I'm pursuing.
You know what I read that helps you get into the now space? Like instead of panicking about what happened or in the future, like really knowing is seriously like a 60-second gratitude list in your head.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, because panics are this bad thing will happen or this bad thing did happen. But really, when you are aware of it, nothing's happening.
Yes.
Like right now,
Yeah.
if I really focus, nothing's happening. So another thing that I learned is if you start naming the stuff around you, then you're coming back to here. Like there's a door with foam on it. There's an American flag over there. There's the cover of a magazine right there. And then
Yeah.
you come back to what's happening now because you're not in a cage with somebody whipping you
Right.
or like divorced from your wife. Like that is
Yeah.
not, even if it's going to happen, if it did happen, right now you're not being abused or being like yelled at.
Right.
So it's fine.
Well, you're looking around being like, American flag, what happened to this country?
Stay in the now. Stay in the now.
Panic Attacking is the podcast. You want to download it. His website is StephenRogersComedy.com.
Yes.
And Twitter and Instagram is @NotSteveRogers. We don't want any confusion, right?
That's right. I know I look just like Captain America, so I want to separate it.
Is your girlfriend good about your panic attacks? What does she do?
Yeah, she was there the night of that show, the one at the show. I texted her. I was like, hey, this is what's happening. And she was already going to meet me at the show. So she's like, all right, get in the I'll drive up. You just get in the car and we'll drive. And then it's like you're around her and you know that when somebody knows you're having one, where it's like, that's not the elephant in the room anymore. I don't have to pretend I'm not having one.
Because that brings more panic.
Oh, for sure.
That's hard to do.
Yeah, when I'm worried about everybody else's comfortable level more than mine. So
Thank you.
yeah, I've been keeping an eye on both of you.
Oh, you know what would help? If you have a panic attack and we go, can you move that couch out?
Well, yeah, I'll have to move, so I gotta do it.
You gotta focus, live in the now.
Yeah, I do. I get my exercise in.
It's a favor for you.
That's right.
Well, congrats on your anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you.
By the way, the silent treatment I've had women do that to me, but it's always cheating. Like, I'm not talking.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's so scary.
We're doing life coaching, by the way, Hemda. I don't know if some audience members might not know that. If you go to keithandthegirl.com/store, you'll see life coaching right there. You can do a phone call with myself, with Hemda, with the two of us together. And I'm not going to lie to you. We saved a life or two already. Right?
Yeah, we've done some coaching and we've had some good response. But if you feel like one of our voices is the voices that you want to hear in your head when maybe you're having a panic attack, give us a call or just shoot the shit. I don't know. You don't know how to speak to women, men, others, whatever, or you don't know what step to take next or just want to like talk out something. You know our voices. You know how we think about things. So if that brings you comfort, give us a call.
Maybe you see a lot of people saying we're getting in trouble for what words can we say, what words can't we say. We can tell you. I know them all.
And there's some detail and information in case you're wondering. So it's keithandthegirl.com/store. There's, of course, other stuff in there that's Keith and the Girl related. But we hope to talk to you soon. But we hope to talk to you soon.